After that, I guess I'll mention the difference between ECU and power restrictor. If you look at your power bands here, you have the gray is your torque, the blue is your horsepower. You look below the box, you see 1100, that's your idle RPM, and then 8651 is your red line. So if you look at the power band here, you can see, all right, I make most of my torque at 7,000 RPM, make most of my power about 8,000 RPM. So if you were a manual driver, you would really want to shift a little after 8,000 RPM. There's no point in dragging it on because your power's starting to go down. You're going to slow down. But when you do power restrictor, it changes your torque band, your torque and your power band. And now, I like power restrictor better because if I'm going to lose power, I definitely want to reinforce it with torque. Torque is pushing power, twisting power. So even, I'll give you an example. Say, let me pick a number here. We're trying to get to 400 horse. We can't go above 400 horse. So we got 397 horsepower and we got 336 torque. Not a bad setup. But let's say we use output adjustment to get, 397 horsepower out of power restrictor, but our torque is less. And if you notice, when we use output adjustment, you look at the PP, it's 713, but if we use power restrictor, it's 716. And the reason behind this is torque. Torque is your pushing power. Even if you're at lower horsepower, higher torque gets the car moving quicker. So I believe power restrictor is a better setup. The downside is when you're lowering your torque band, the car is, you're going to have a little more throttle control. It is going to change the characteristics of the car. Mid RPMs, you're going to have a ton of power all of a sudden. Whereas if you're trying to keep the feel of the car the same, as you can see, it doesn't really change the power band so much. The car will feel the same, but I'm a firm believer if you got a horsepower cap you're trying to meet, make up the difference with torque. So that's how I feel about that.